First of all, I know you've been down here this morning and seen the aftermath here. When you saw what was happening last night, when you've seen what the scene is today, what are your feelings for the city of Liverpool?
Well, I think the first thing is that last night it was just, in the immediacy of what had happened, and there was a lot of speculation. So that's different because we know the cold facts this morning. And my reaction is that once again, the people in this city region will come together, and they have done. And you saw by the reactions of just passers-by that they wanted to help the people who've been injured. And that's the sort of solidarity that I've come to expect from this great city of Liverpool. And as I say, from the wider city region and all those people who were here on the day.
You mentioned the speculation that always spirals, doesn't it, after an incident like this. That decision by Merseyside police very early on to release details of the person they detained here. What did you make of that decision? Bearing in mind, of course, everything that happened after what happened in Southport last summer. What did you make of that decision to be more transparent, if you like?
Well, little lessons, obviously, for us all to learn every time there's a major incident. And I thought Merseyside police handle the situation fantastically, because there was a lot of footage that was posted in the immediacy of what had happened, literally, within minutes. And of course, that sets a lot of false narrative. And we all know that speculation and social media are a wildfire of different advantages, and some of it is for nefarious reasons. So it was right, of course, that the police reacted as quickly as they did to dampen down some of the types of posts that we were witnessing, saying that there were other things happening throughout the city. And so it was right, of course, for them to have done what they've done. The people of Liverpool, of course, have reacted fantastically also to the events. And it's overshadowed what should have been one of the most spectacular days. Hundreds of thousands of people on the street, everybody really in a joyful mood, lots of love and adulation for the football team as they went past. And then literally minutes afterwards, all of that turning to the scenes that we've now seen and some of your pictures are showing.
We know some of those eyewitnesses in all of that chaos last night talked about the questions they had about how something like this could happen. Of course, we know someone is in custody. The investigation is going on. Do you think there are questions about how the event was organised, whether more could have been done to prevent something like this happening?
Oh, look, there are always going to be questions because we know what has happened now. The thing is that there was a very robust plan. And this isn't something that just happened in the last few days. This has been planned for weeks and weeks and weeks. And so I understand why people might have those questions, but that is now for the police to conclude their investigation and to follow all of the possible leads. And when they believe the time is right, they will release a statement, because the police have to take primacy in these sorts of instances. And I'll be working and doing everything that I possibly can to assist them, as will Liverpool City Council and the leader there, Liam Robinson.
We know last night the police mentioned this, of course, the praise for the emergency services, but we saw a lot of members of the public caught up in that extreme situation, also responding in their own way, either trying to prevent what appeared to be going on in front of them or helping those who were injured. What did you make of that public reaction to what was going on last night?
Well, it's no surprise to me. I've seen this constantly with my own two eyes. The people of Liverpool are very aware of what happens, and they would have been, first of all, trying to help those people who were injured. They were trying to ensure that the car didn't go any further. Once the police had taken control, they moved off. But all of those things, and I'm just watching some of the pictures that are coming through, all of those things are now part of what needs to happen with the full investigation. And once they're concluded, then the police will be able to fully give you a timeline of every single step of what happened, and of course how the car ended up in that street, in Water Street, when vehicles shouldn't have been in that area at all.
I know you will have seen this morning this very strange scene of the aftermath of a party, the bottles and the flags and the flares and the confetti on the ground, and then that forensic tent just a few feet away. It's a very strange combination of images down here. We asked that question earlier of how does the city move on. Liverpool, of course, a city that has its history of tragedy and dealing with the most awful of events. How do you think the city does move on when it can from an incident like that happened here last night?
You always see this. It's the spirit of Liverpool and the spirit of Liverpudlians, and from people from wider in the city region. And it's that solidarity, that we're famous for. And once again, people will come together. I do understand why people want the answers to the questions that they're posing very, very quickly. But we just need to give a little bit of time and space for the police to conclude their investigations. And then Water Street will be opened again. And then the police, at their own decision time, they will allow people to understand everything that happened. But at this moment in time, all we should be concentrating on are the people who are in the hospital currently, those people who are either critical or seriously injured. And it's about them hopefully having a speedy recovery and being able to get over all of the terrible details that we've seen and the horrible scenes that we were left behind. And of course, there will be people also that might need some assistance and support because of those things. And again, if they contact one of our services, we'll direct them to where that support can be found.